Hey there, welcome to the first regular season edition of 4th and 4. In case you missed the first couple or need a reminder, 4th and 4 is 4 fantasy football topics in 4 minutes. So let's go ahead and dive on in. For the week 1, we're going to do 2 hot starters, one at the quarterback position, one at the wide receiver position, and we're going to do 2 bench warmers. So we'll have those in the running back and tight end positions. So let's dive on in. My first hot starter is Drew Brees versus Tampa Bay. So all the noise this offseason has been about Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, Gronk, everything they've added, Leonard Fournette. Well, Drew Brees dominates Tampa Bay. And this defense is still questionable. And in Drew Brees' last 5 games against Tampa Bay, he's averaging 275 passing yards per game. He has 11 total touchdowns and just 1 interception in that time. All the news is about Brady and the Bucs, but I think in the Superdome, even though there's not a lot of crowd there, I still think they do well. I think Brees is always better at home. I think he has a huge game and really solidifies himself in the division, as I think they're still the best team, and not only in the division, but maybe in the NFC. I have him as a top 7 QB this week, and I had him just as a top 10, right at number 10 in the preseason. So I'm starting Brees wherever I have him as a top 7 option. My other hot starter shouldn't be a shock to anybody who knows me. Will Fuller against Kansas City tonight. I love Will Fuller. His only question mark is his health, and it's week 1. There was no preseason, so he's healthy. So I think he's now the number 1 target for Deshaun Watson for the first time in his career. And his running mate on the other side, Brandon Cooks, either won't play tonight or definitely won't be 100%. The Chiefs have some suspensions on their defense, and they just don't have a good secondary. They're going to be playing zone all night, so that's going to be almost impossible to double team Fuller, and he's a big play waiting to happen. I think there's a chance this is a high-scoring game. The over-under is high, so they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, and there's a chance that Fuller gets 10 targets tonight. In every game that he's gotten 10 targets, he's went over 100 yards, and he's scored at least 1 touchdown in all 4 of those games. So I'm going with Fuller as a top 15 wide receiver, and I feel like that's even a little bit low for him. Just this week, though. You got to watch his health moving forward. Bench warmer. This is kind of sad just for everyone. Gronk, he's my bench warmer at tight end this week. I just find it hard to have confidence in him. We don't know his snap count, his workload, and I just don't, from the offseason reports, it didn't seem like he was in the best of shape. I think they might try to ease him in. They have plenty of weapons. He still cracks my top 10 tight ends at number 10, but it just shows you how bad the position is. New Orleans only allowed 5 total touchdowns to tight ends last year. And I think we can only bet for either 60 yards or a touchdown. Be delighted if you got both of those, but 6 points, 7 points, I would just keep your expectations low. And then my next person is, unlike Gronk, probably everyone agrees with this one, Le'Veon Bell at Buffalo. If you're like me, you were reluctant to draft him, but you probably ended up drafting him just because he fell to you and the other running backs at that area just were even worse than him or had a worse workload. I mean, this matchup doesn't make you feel much better than you did on draft day. In 2 games against Buffalo last year, he averaged less than 3.3 yards per carry and averaged less than 6.2 yards per catch on 11 receptions last year. He did catch 1 touchdown, which really upped his average. So in half PPR, he averaged 14 points per game, but he got 20 or more touches in every single one of those games. These 2 teams are heading in complete opposite directions if you listen to the offseason reports. We don't know how much Adam Gase is going to use Frank Gore against his former team, and we just don't know what Adam Gase is going to do. He already shows you he doesn't like Le'Veon Bell, and they don't agree. So the spread is 7. This game could get out of hand, and if it gets out of hand early, Le'Veon's not going to get his 20 touches, and that's what he needs just to be average, I think, is a 20-touch game. So I have him at 21 in my rankings. You're probably starting him if you have him, but I'd rather put him in my flex than have him at my RB number 2. So thanks again for listening. Check my position rankings. I will have more bench warmers and starters on there. The red will be hot starters. The blue is bench warmers. I'll recap those every time I do my rankings for the next week. And also, we'll be coming out with a Kyle and Maggie's picks this weekend. See ya.